Welcome to
Begin
the
with
News
that
Hour.
breaking
In
news
Southeast
overseas.
Asia
The
today,
powerful
Myanmar
Myanmar
is dropping
He's a seismologist and two large earthquakes in central Myanmar, the first recorded at 06:20 the magnitude of 7.7. 10 minutes later, an aftershock, a magnitude of 6.4 was recorded, and both were near Mandalay. Just thousands of miles away in Thailand, the China Pacific City coming into central Myanmar, heading there onto the main road. That's quite substantial damage. We haven't yet got reports of any casualties. We're seeing this as the kind of road broken up. So far we haven't got much indication.
Myanmar. On March 28, 2025, the public was shocked by a natural disaster. A devastating earthquake struck Myanmar and Thailand. With a magnitude of 7.7 on the Richter scale, it completely ravaged both countries. The destruction caused by the quake was massive, not only tearing down buildings but also claiming lives in both nations. As of the time this news was reported, more than 1,000 people had lost their lives in the disaster. Myanmar is a sovereign country in Southeast Asia. It shares borders with India and Bangladesh to the west, Thailand and Laos to the east, and China to the north and northeast. Covering an area of 676,578 square kilometers, the country has been under military rule since the coup in 1988. Myanmar is still developing and has a population of over 51 million, based on the 2014 census. Its capital was previously located in Yangon but was moved to Naypyidaw by the military junta on November 7, 2005. Myanmar has been a member of the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, ASEAN, since 1997. The official language of Myanmar is Burmese, though English and various regional languages like Chin, Kachin, Karen, Kaya, Mon, Arakan, and Shan are also recognized and widely spoken. Myanmar is home to several ethnic groups, with the Bamar being the largest, making up about 68% of the population. Other groups include Shan, 9%, Karen, 7%, Rakhine, 4%, Chinese, 3%, Indian, 2%, Mon, 2%, and other ethnicities, 5%. The majority religion in Myanmar is Buddhism, with about 87.9% of the population practicing it. This is followed by Christianity, 6.2%, Islam, 4.3%, and others, 1.6%. Myanmar follows a unitary semi-presidential constitutional republic system under military junta rule. The current president is Mint Swe, and the prime minister is Min Aung Hlaing. Myanmar's total GDP in 2022 was $59.53 billion, with a per capita income of $1,105. The name of the country has been a topic of debate, particularly in the early 21st century, revolving around the political legitimacy of using Myanmar versus Burma. Both names originate from an earlier Burmese term, Mranma or Mrama, referring to the majority ethnic group, though its exact etymology is unclear. The term is also popularly thought to come from the Sanskrit Brahma Desha, meaning land of Brahma. In 1989, the military government officially changed the English translations of many colonial-era names, including the country's name itself, from Burma to Myanmar. This renaming remains a contentious issue. Many opposition political and ethnic groups continue to use Burma, as they do not recognize the legitimacy of the military government. The official full name of the country is the Republic of the Union of Myanmar, in Burmese, Pai Ithongsu Tamata Myanmar Nanginta. Countries that do not officially recognize the name use the long-form Union of Burma instead. In English, it's known as either Burma or Myanmar. In Burmese, the pronunciation depends on the register used, being either Bama, Bma, or Myanmar, Mjma. Capital city, Naypyidaw. Naypyidaw, officially romanized as Nay Pai Ta, is Myanmar's capital city and its third largest city. It covers a massive area of 7,054.37 square kilometers and has a population of around 925,000 people, giving it an impressively low population density of just 0.013 people per square kilometer. Located in the Naypyidaw Union Territory, the city is quite unique compared to others in Myanmar. It's a planned city and doesn't belong to any state or region. Originally known as Payin Mana District, Naypyidaw officially replaced Yangon as Myanmar's administrative capital on November 6, 2005. Its name was officially announced to the public on Armed Forces Day, March 27, 2006. As the seat of Myanmar's government, Naypyidaw hosts the Union Assembly, Supreme Court, Presidential Palace, the official residences of the Myanmar Cabinet, and the headquarters of governmental and military ministries. The city is famous for its unusual blend of enormous size and incredibly low population density. It has also hosted several major events, like the 24th and 25th ASEAN Summits, the 3rd BIMSTEC Summit, the 9th East Asia Summit, the 2013 Southeast Asian Games, and the 2014 AFC U19 Championship. Largest city, Yangon. Yangon, Burmese, pronounced, Jam-om-jo, translate. End of strife, also known as Rangoon, is the capital of Yangon region and Myanmar's largest city. Formerly the capital of Myanmar, Yangon held this status until 2006, when the military government relocated administrative functions to Naypyidaw, a specially built city in central northern Myanmar. With a population of over 7 million people, Yangon is the most populated city in the country and serves as its commercial hub. Yangon boasts the largest collection of colonial-era buildings in Southeast Asia, and its unique colonial-era urban core is remarkably well preserved. The commercial heart of this era revolves around Sule Pagoda, which is believed to be over 2,000 years old. The city is also home to the iconic Shwedagon Pagoda, adorned in gold and considered Myanmar's most sacred Buddhist site. Despite its historical charm, Yangon's infrastructure is quite lacking, especially when compared to other major cities in Southeast Asia. While many historic residential and commercial buildings have been renovated across the city center, most satellite towns surrounding Yangon remain impoverished and suffer from a lack of basic infrastructure. Myanmar, formerly known as Burma, has been inhabited for over 13,000 years, as evidenced by historical records that indicate the first settlements were established by the Pyu people, a Tibeto-Burman-speaking ethnic group. The Pyu entered the Irrawaddy River Valley from Yunnan around the 2nd century BCE and founded city-states along the valley. Reconstructions suggest that the Pyu homeland was located near Qinghai Lake, now part of the Qinghai and Gansu provinces in the People's Republic of China. The Pyu are considered the earliest recorded inhabitants of Burma, as noted in Burmese historical documents. At that time, Burma was part of an overland trade route linking China and India. Trade with India introduced Buddhism from southern India, and by the 4th century, many inhabitants of the Irrawaddy Valley had embraced Buddhism. Among the various Pyu city-states, the Kingdom of Sri etc., located southeast of present-day Phaya, emerged as the largest and most significant. This city-state is believed to have been the Pyu capital. In March 638, the Pyu people in the Kingdom of Sri etc. adopted a new calendar system, which later became the Burmese calendar. According to British colonial-era studies, since the 6th century, another ethnic group known as the Mon began migrating into Lower Burma from their kingdoms, Harapunjaya and Dvaravati, now part of Thailand. By the mid-9th century, the Mon had managed to establish at least 2 small kingdoms, or large city-states, centered around Bago and Thaton in Burma. The earliest external references to a Mon kingdom in Lower Burma come from Arab geographers' records from 844 to 848 CE. However, more recent studies indicate there is no archaeological or non-archaeological evidence to support the colonial-era theory about the existence of Mon kingdoms in Lower Burma before the late 13th century. Additionally, the first mention of the Kingdom of Thaton only appeared in 1479. Apart from the Pyu, another ethnic group called the Bamar entered the Upper Irrawaddy region in the early 9th century. This group later founded the Pagan Kingdom, 1044 to 1287, which was the first to unify the Irrawaddy Valley and its surroundings. During this period, the Burmese language and Bamar culture gradually replaced the Pyu language and culture. After the first Mongol invasion of Burma in 1287, several small kingdoms emerged, the most notable being the kingdoms of Ava, Hanthawadi, Mraukyu, and the Shan states. These small kingdoms frequently formed alliances and waged wars against each other. In the 16th century, the Tungu dynasty, 1486 to 1752, rose to prominence as one of the most powerful in Burma's history, with 7 monarchs ruling for 155 years. King Minjineo, 1486–1531, established the First Toungoo dynasty, 1486–1599, in Toungoo, Kaitumati. After Shan invaders conquered Ava in 1527, many Burmans migrated to Toungoo, which became the new center of Burman power. The dynasty reunited the nation and built one of the largest empires in Southeast Asia, although it lasted for only a brief period. Toungoo kings introduced major administrative and economic reforms, resulting in a smaller yet more stable and prosperous kingdom in the 17th and early 18th centuries. In the 18th century, the Konbaung dynasty, also known as the Third Burmese Empire or the Alaungpaya dynasty, ruled from 1752 to 1885. This dynasty grew into the largest empire in Myanmar's history, continuing the administrative reforms initiated during the Toungoo period, which laid the foundation for modern Myanmar. However, these reforms were not enough to resist the British Empire, which defeated Burma in the Anglo-Burmese Wars that spanned 6 decades, 1824 to 1885, effectively ending the thousand-year Burmese monarchy. The Konbaung rulers were expansionist and often launched attacks on neighboring territories, such as Manipur, Arakan, Assam, Pegu, Ayutthaya, and even China. Throughout its history, the Konbaung capital was moved several times for religious, political, and strategic reasons. The Konbaung kings, 1752 to 1885, restored the kingdom's grandeur, continued the reforms of the Toungoo kings, and made the kingdom a central mandala of power for surrounding regions. The Konbaung kingdom also became one of the most literate nations in Asia. However, the Anglo-Burmese Wars eventually led to British colonization. The Water Festival, also known as /N/Myanmar/Festivals/Water Festival, is one of the biggest festivals in the country. Thousands of people take to the streets for massive water fights to celebrate the Burmese New Year in April. Everyone has a great time, and it's one of the most significant aspects of Myanmar's culture that you should know as a tourist. Participating in this festival could be one of the best travel experiences you'll have here. Long Yi is traditional attire worn by both men and women across Myanmar. It's a large 2-meter-long fabric wrapped around the lower body, similar to a sarong. People wear it for almost every occasion. You'll see men pairing long yi with shirts for work and women relaxing in their shops wearing long yi. The difference between long yi for men and women lies in the patterns and how the knot is tied. Men tie the knot to hang loosely in the front, while women tuck theirs in. Tourists often find this traditional outfit fascinating and try it themselves, which locals find amusing. However, you might need to wear it, especially if your outfit is deemed inappropriate for entering religious buildings. The Grand Pagoda in Yangon is an iconic symbol of Myanmar and attracts pilgrims from across the country. Visitors marvel at the giant gold-covered complex at the heart of the former capital. When you visit, you'll understand why this pagoda is so precious. Over 60 tons of gold cover the exterior of the pagoda. And if you look up at the peak of the main stupa stretching into the sky, you'll see a massive diamond placed on the head. This is a genuine 75 carat, 15 grams, diamond, nearly flawless, sitting atop the pagoda. Not to mention the thousands of other diamonds adorning the statues and pavilions. The Kyak Ta Gi houses the largest marble Buddha statue in Burma, standing 37 feet tall and 24 feet wide, weighing over 600 tons. The statue is enshrined in a large hall, richly decorated and topped with a payat hat, a multi-tiered Burmese-style roof. The hall's roof is supported by intricately gilded columns. Seated at the center of the hall in a glass case is a massive Buddha statue named Wafka Chanta Abaya Labamuni, meaning world peace and prosperity. The statue's left hand rests in its lap while the right hand is raised, palm facing outward, symbolizing the Abhaya Mudra, the gesture of reassurance and dispelling fear. Angkor Wat, Khmer script, meaning City of Temples or Temple City, is the largest religious structure in the world by land area, spanning 162.6 hectares, 1.626 square kilometers. Built in the early 12th century as the state temple by King Suryavarman II in Yasodarapura, now Angkor, the capital of the Khmer Empire, it was initially dedicated to the Hindu god Vishnu. Later, it was repurposed as a Buddhist temple in the late 12th century. As the best preserved temple in the Angkor archaeological site, Angkor Wat is the only one that has continued to function as a center of religious activity since its establishment. This Khmer architectural masterpiece is a major pilgrimage site for Buddhists in Cambodia and around the world. It has become a national symbol of Cambodia, featured on its flag, and is the country's main tourist attraction. Angkor Wat has also contributed to transforming Cambodia into a Buddhist nation. These are some unique and interesting facts about Myanmar. Despite the country currently experiencing a devastating earthquake, may all the people of Myanmar be granted strength and patience to endure this natural disaster. That's all for now, thank you, and stay tuned for various stories, both factual and fictional, from all around the world. Stay with our channel.